Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, individual out there. Today, I would like to speak about the unfoldment of inner perception for beauty. As we all know, beauty is something that is in the eye of the beholder, but you can also, to a certain degree, train and unfold the ability to see beauty in more or less everything. Of course, it requires conscious effort in doing so. When you are here consciously, you have the opportunity, shall we say, to be reverent and grateful for everything we might have, for anything we might have, and for what is to come, and for what we have experienced. Because if we hadn't experienced what we went through in life, we wouldn't be who we are today. By unfolding your inner perception for beauty, that means beauty for love, that love is beautiful. Love for another human being is beautiful. And you have ugliness, that is immoral and oppressive and manipulative actions, is ugly. This unfoldment of the ability to see beauty and ugliness lies in the spiritual realm of the lower Devakan. The lower gods is what affects us emotionally when it comes to actions and deeds. The higher Devakan is where direct morals and ethics come from. You will never find love, morals and ethics down here on earth in any way. You will only find familiar love, lust and sensuality. True understanding, empathy for another human being is not to be found in any human being, in any animal. You can see wherever you like, wild animals do not have the capability as we humans do for another race or for another human being. When I say race, I mean animals. We are one race. Of course, with different cultures and different ancestors. But we are all one race. Anywho, when you want to see beauty, when you have an inner longing to see beauty, you will over time train yourself to be able to find it. Because it is obviously everywhere. See the grand, wonderful, intricate designs of the outer plane, of the material plane, and how we are built up, and how we have the perfect bodies for movements as human beings. How our uprightness, our mind's emotional system, and our limbic system is working more or less in spiritual ways. If we think we are to use this body only for physical work, then we are no more than animals scavenging for food. Of course, some work is important, like building and electricity, and a lot of jobs and vocations is more or less divinely guided. It is because it is important for every human being to have a home, to have clothes, food, and so on. But we have inner faculties. We have the ability and more or less the opportunity your whole life to cultivate and to expand your inner nature, but not expand outside of yourself. You both expand outside and you deepen yourself at the same time. You do not lose yourself away to the universe, but you are kind of conscious in the universe because you are part of it. You do not neglect yourself ever in anything you describe or speak about or take into consideration when it comes to human being. You are a human being. I am a human being. And one does not take oneself holier than anyone else. So you have the same rules, the same strict discipline, if not more discipline, because, well, we are following a path. We are following a narrow path here. This middle path, the balance, the tranquility, the equilibrium, is so important to uphold. The balance between wanting to go beyond ourselves and wanting to only be inside ourselves, in our little wall. The balance here brings us to a sweet spot in the middle. And this sweet spot you need to consciously be. If you feel you are moving from one side to the other a little too much, you will have to consciously come back to it, or else it will karmically be adjusted back. And then it will happen through happenings and moments that we do not necessarily wished for, because we didn't grab a hold of something we were supposed to learn, just as an example. But to be patient, to always strive, being patient and observe, study, and to find out in general who we are, who you are, who I am, who we are in relation to each other. We are a whole world here. And if we only think about our own nose tip and nothing else, we become parasites, obviously. We are only here to take, and we give the minimal back. That is why it's so important to be consistent and to be disciplined, so that even though no one is breathing down your neck saying, you have to work, you say to yourself, it is time to work. It is time to do something constructive, something healing, and to help others inspire to do the same for themselves with their own freedom and choice. There is not everyone needs to do this, because we do, as I said earlier, need other jobs like building. Of course, you can combine these things with esoteric science. But many jobs today, you can barely find any spirit in. You can barely find any joy and love and meaning in. It is just meaningless and pointless, and it only pains me to see that we have such a production and wasting time and money on it. Just as an example. I will not go deeper into that, but we all know they exist. Countless parasites like that. But we do have the healing, the symbiotic nature of human beings that truly is part and parcel of planet Earth and also the solar system. We are such a unique creation, human beings. And to make ourselves lesser than, to make ourselves less important, to say we are only specks, to say we are only dust on this planet, will only bring about a certain nihilistic expression of self. Because everything is meaningless. What am I supposed to do? Where does my inspiration come from? It comes from nihilism. Think about that. Everything you believe in, you live. It comes as a reflection of what you believe. And many people, it feels kind of hopeless to many people. But for others, there are hope, faith, love, and hope. There is always something there to strive for. But if you have given up and said nothing is worth striving for, then you are already a goner. Then you have scribed yourself away from the evolutionary path of humanity. It's the same with wanting to go outside of ourselves and away from this planet, because we are meant to spiritualize this whole planet and not run away from it. We are meant to unite later with the spiritual realm, the whole earth. And I think this was everything I was supposed to speak about. It was nice. I have had about a week break and it felt wonderful. the summer is so amazing, where you see all life sprout out, all the greeneries and the purples and blues and yellows and reds. Oh, amazing. And all the beautiful, beautiful, wonderful birds singing and flying and enjoying themselves in their own nature. It just brings about an inner life force, you know? I think this was everything. I love you all. May the divine guide us and guide you on the beautiful path of finding esoteric science and practice. Love you all. Thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.